This book hurts you, this book teaches you, and this book refuses to let you go until you've redefined what your perspective on good literature is, and obviously this book is Katabasis by R.F. Kuang. This is my spoiler-free review, so if you haven't read this book, that's completely fine, stick around. This might be one of your new favourite reads of the year because it was thoroughly enjoyable for me. I thought this was really well written. You get straight into the action almost within like the first 10 pages. There isn't any contextual babble going on that's normally going on with R.F. Kuang's books. And don't get me wrong, I like that, but I thought it's a completely different change of pace, and it's one of her biggest criticisms is that there is so much slow starting within her books. R.F. Kuang is really fast paced with this. You meet your main characters really early on, the plot starts really early on, you go to your setting, you get an idea of the landscape within maybe the first 100 pages. But yet normally books that do that tend to stagnate and get boring in the middle. They kind of plateau and get a bit dead until the ending. This book just keeps ramping and ramping up in stakes. There were elements of this book that really did push the boat out in terms of what you actually need to think of fantasy. You don't need to think of it as just dragons or magic systems or anything like that. The magic within this felt real. And I genuinely think that is such a rare talent to have as an author, and R.F. Kuang is genuinely one of the few authors that I've ever read that can do that effectively. One thing I will say is that this book does get a little bit abstract, so you need to be quite open-minded, but that's kind of the idea that R.F. Kuang is trying to present and get across with her writing within this book. Katabasis is one of those books that you need to be open to new things, and you need to be open to new interpretations of stuff you already know to thoroughly enjoy the book. For me, that was right up my street. That was something I really enjoyed. I loved the idea of questioning everything I ever knew. It's one of those books where you think about what's going on in the book. You think about how that can affect your life and the greater world in general whilst you're not reading the book. Was this my favourite R.F. Kuang book? Honestly, no. But was it definitely up there? Yes. It shows that R.F. Kuang is definitely able to create something within a similar genre to a book like Babel, make it have similarities and make you understand, okay, it's by the same author, but also make it so different and really unique. Let me know what you guys think of Katabasis by R.F. Kuang. I will be posting a spoiler-filled review soon. Make sure to like, make sure to follow, and happy goddamn reading.